Hey guys, another bit of a break in the weather after going sub-zero or in the 40s today, so back out in the garage. Hoping to do some reorganizing, downsizing, and then this happened. So I was contacted by the Antique Radio Club of Illinois, who is always so great at passing along tips on vintage TVs, and this is no exception. So I went in kind of blind. The address I was given was near Midway Airport, and it was a machine shop. So I asked, well, are they like nearby, or are they being stored in the machine shop? And turns out that, yeah, in fact, the guy that ran the machine shop passed away. And it wasn't just a machine shop, or it wasn't so much a machine shop as it was a place that refurbished classic, big iron, industrial type shop equipment, like huge metal lathes, presses, drill presses, all kinds of cool stuff. I got a bunch of photos. Now, as amazing as distracting as all that was, the guy also had TVs and radio. So he lived there, he had his collection there, and he had several floors of amazing vintage machine shop gear. Well, I'd love to have taken everything home, but of course I can't do that. So cut right to it. This is what I came home with. These two sets, bunch of tubes. There were also some radios, in particular an early high-end fancy Zenith that coincidentally I saw one for sale. A friend tipped me off, and I was on the fence about getting it. Well, they had one too, but it was in really rough shape. But I didn't have enough room, so I didn't get it. So what did I get? I got these two blonde sets. They both have issues. Everything pretty much there. Most stuff there had issues, except for some newer black and white sets I already had, just wasn't that interested in. They had an Admiral Triple Thrill, huge console, a couple RCA consoles, RCA tabletop, all late 40s black and white, nice, but this is what caught my eye. You know, you early color guys, they always tell me, oh, we're going to do vintage color, we're going to do vintage color. And I'm always telling you, there aren't any around here, because there are, one, there aren't that many around, period. Two, there are a number of early color TV collectors around me, and they tend to get the stuff first. But this time I was first. Even though I just had a couple shipped all the way from New York, now I find one in my backyard. So this is a CTC5. Now, I ran into Doug Harlan there, who knows more about this early color stuff than I do, so I knew it was an early color set. I wasn't sure if it was a 2, a 5, a 7, but he said, yeah, it's a 5, because he has the same set. Now, unfortunately, it's missing the legs. There should be 4, mid-century modern, the tapered legs. But metal, according to Doug, couldn't find them. So, it's supposed to be 4 inches or so off the ground. Early TV conventions in a few months. They have a bunch of legs there. I might be able to find some. Otherwise, I can make some. I can make them out of wood and paint them gold, and they'll look close enough. That is not original. He tells me this knob is, and there's nothing missing. That's just the way it's supposed to look, but there should be an outer knob here. I'll try to track that down. It's a blonde finish. They both are, and both have condition issues with that finish, which is not an easy thing to touch up. And both of them, as usually is the case, they're messed up on top. So that's where the abuse happens. So, early color set. What year are we talking about? I got to do a little research. I'm thinking 57, 58. So there was the original CTC or CT100. Then the CTC2 21-inch came out right around the same time. And then there was a 4 briefly. There was no CTC3, and then this is the 5. So what Doug tells me is this was the last of the old school designs, which are, it's kind of monstrous, but well engineered, well designed. But there are potentially some major pitfalls with getting this running. It's not going to be like the CTC16 that you saw me working on recently. This is a whole another level. So it's a 21AXP22, which is a metal cone color picture tube, and I believe this uses the old red phosphor. So we got to pray that the picture tube is good. And notice no No cataract, no safety glass. No, this was before that. This is your safety glass. Separate piece in front of it. There's nothing bonded to anything. And there should be controls around here, but this door is a little janky, so we're going to leave that. And yeah, we got some deteriorated finish. But anyways, I got a good deal on these, so I'm not complaining too much. This one is a little bit more tragic. It's a porthole, yeah. So I was saying, and I recently restored a similar porthole, and I was saying how much, like, boy, I wish I had one. They're such cool sets, so they never show up for sale. Here we go, I got one. And blonde, which are not common. Now, this is odd. I don't know if this is supposed to be chrome, or if somebody just polished all the paint off of it. It's got all the knobs, which is good because these are pink, which would be hard to come by. I've never seen pink knobs before. But the control doors are missing. There's supposed to be a metal door here and here that swing down. If anybody has a spare set of Zenith porthole control doors, let me know. I believe it's a 12-inch, which is cool because I like the smaller, more modest size, and the 16 or 19, which are really impressive, but they're also huge. Now, the good on the inside, it looks to be in fantastic condition. It's got the separate power supply, the size of a transformer. This sucker is heavy. And then we've got the upper chassis with the phone vision socket for your pay-per-view. That's a 49, I do believe. I'm not sure if it's a metal cone or a glass picture tube. That'd be great if it was a 12LP4. If it's a 12UP4, which is metal cone and completely unobtainium, boy, I hope it's still good. And then as sort of an afterthought, when I was digging through after I moved these sets, oh, by the way, this set was on the third shelf of a big metal shelving system. So it was about 6-7 feet off the ground. Thank God, in all this machine shop stuff, we found a movable cart with a winch with a movable shelf. So we were able to get it down. Once we cleared a path, ended up being not too hard to get out. So we'll want to take the back off of that and look at that. We'll want to test that picture tube. And then, oh boy, just as I finished doing another round of sorting tubes, we have more tubes to sort. I didn't even look at them, honestly. I got them for not a whole lot of money. When I just saw there was a bunch of used TV tubes, I said, hey, you know, a few bucks, I'll take them, take my chances. Photo multiplier tube. I just know that there's some TV tubes in here. I saw a 6GH8, a 6CG7. That's all I know. And there are a bunch of flyers for like the old Radio Fest in 2011. And mixed in with it, got a couple hunks of, I think this is walnut. And boy, that's dense. That is some old growth lumber there. So hey, maybe I can turn some legs for the CTC5 out of those if I had to. So, first order of business is I got to find somewhere to put these and move some of this crap out of the way. I really got to get that off the ground. There's a metal pad in each corner for the legs to screw into, or I wish I had some spare legs, but for now I'll put some 2x4s under it because it's winter. It's gonna get well, if we get any more snow, things are gonna get sloppy. I don't want that to get damaged because I can't bring it in the house right now. And this, they insisted I take this with me. 25-inch color picture tube. I really have no use for it yet. 25 VDEP22. No idea if it's good or not, but considering how well it was wrapped up, I'm going to guess it's still good. But obviously much newer than this stuff. I think a date code is 75 or something like that. Color set, I'll probably put back there. And maybe the portal. Well, the portal I might try to muscle inside. That's worth finding room for. But CTC5, as rare and precious as it is, I'm going to need some help to move that. And I'm just solo right now. Here's a peek inside the 5. Now you want to talk about radiation hazards? Yeah, this stuff doesn't really quite have the radiation shielding they employed later. Monstrous chassis. And the only thing that's reassuring is that others have gone before me, so including Doug. He has a CTC5, so I can get help. I can get help if I need it. And yay, the yoke cover is from that era of the disintegrating plastic, so at least it hasn't fallen apart yet. And look at all those fun magnets you get to adjust. Yeah, Doug said it was a replacement. I was wondering how he knew. I'm guessing that's how he knew. 63 date code. He said that's probably a good thing, and yeah, I totally agree. So there's this huge plastic shroud over the picture tube because, yeah, it's a metal cone going to high voltage. Kind of a goofy thing. So, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Well, they both will be. They both will be. I'm really happy and psyched to have both of these. These are showpiece sets, in spite of the condition issues. Definitely have some curb appeal, and I'm really curious to see when it... Well, I mean, I've seen these running like at the early TV museum, but not in my own home. Because the colors on these are... The red is really red. They're a little extra different vibrant than later picture tubes because they change the phosphor composition. Alright, just got the back off the Zenith, the lovely metal back with the strange AC interlock. So glad to have it. So what do we have? Oh, thank you. It is a glass CRT. Fantabulous. Because if it's bad, if it's weak, I can find a 12 LP4 if I need to. This thing is clean looking. Only one screw is missing from the back, which tells me it hasn't been serviced a whole lot, so I got high hopes for this. I am liking this set more and more. Now I want to get this inside, so what I propose doing at the very least is taking off that bottom chassis. That should free up a significant amount of weight. And then yeah, this guy. It's getting kind of late. I'm going to lose daylight in a little bit, so as anxious as I am to test the CRT, I think I might have to wait till tomorrow. Meanwhile, I can sort through some of these tubes. I just got finished doing another round of sorting all my tubes. Oh man, well, at least I have a pretty good system established now. We'll talk about that more when I get them inside, but for now, let's focus on getting this guy inside. Alrighty, everything is inside except for the CTC5. I'm going to try to be smart for once and put it on something with wheels, so I'm going to grab a couple 2x4s that are long enough to extend that so it matches up with the bottom of this guy, and then roll it over into the corner, get it out of harm's way. There we go, that'll do for now. Easy for me to spin it around and, well, test the CRT, which I will try to do tomorrow. I think we're going to have semi-decent weather for the next week or so. So, able to do some work out here. Obviously, as always, I got a million outstanding projects. I can't dive into this right now, but it's going to be a doozy of a project, that's for sure. And of course, I got the two other color roundies to finish first, but I think those will go pretty quick because, well, they're much more modern and there's not all that much to do with them. So, yeah, this this will be something special, that's for sure. If the picture tube is good. It wasn't much fun, but I got everything aside from the CTC5 inside. I'm going to leave this video off here and do a follow-up. I'll try to do it tonight when I go through all these boxes and test that 12 LP4 picture tube. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.